Hey, English learners! Welcome back to the English You Never Learned podcast.
The podcast where we make learning English both fun and practical. I'm Leo.
And I'm Emma. Today, we have an exciting episode for anyone who feels stuck when it comes to speaking English. Maybe you've struggled to find a conversation partner, or you just can't get enough practice in.
If that's you, don't worry. We've got great news because today's episode is all about how to practice speaking English alone, no partner needed.
That's right. You don't always need someone else to practice speaking. There are plenty of ways you can work on your speaking skills by yourself.
And the best part? You can do it anytime, anywhere. You can practice in your room, during your commute, or even while you're cooking dinner. The key is to make speaking practice a part of your daily routine.
Absolutely. And the more you practice, the more confident and natural you'll sound when you do get a chance to speak with someone else. So, let's dive into some of the best ways to practice speaking on your own.
But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, like, and share this episode with a friend who's also learning English. We're here to help more learners just like you.
Now, let's talk about how to start practicing your speaking skills without needing a partner. So, the first method I want to mention is self-talk. It sounds a little weird at first, but trust me, it's a great way to practice speaking on your own.
Exactly. Self-talk is when you talk to yourself out loud in English. You might think this sounds silly, but it's an incredibly useful way to practice. Just describe what you're doing, think out loud, or talk about your plans for the day.
Yeah, when you're walking to work or even doing something as simple as cooking, you can narrate your actions. For example, now I'm cutting the vegetables. I'm going to stir the sauce. I think I'll eat lunch after this.
The great thing about this is that you're not just practicing speaking, but also thinking in English. It's really helpful for improving your fluency because it forces you to form complete sentences and speak naturally without the pressure of someone else being there.
Exactly. And self-talk doesn't have to be perfect. The more you do it, the easier it gets. It's also a way to build confidence. You're practicing speaking without the fear of making mistakes in front of someone else.
Another great way to practice speaking alone is by recording yourself. This is a technique I recommend all the time. You can talk about anything your day, a topic you're interested in, or even tell a story. Then listen to the recording afterward.
Recording yourself helps you hear what you sound like, which is really important. You'll start to notice things like pronunciation, fluency, and even how natural you sound when speaking. Plus, it's a great way to track your progress over time.
Absolutely. And when you listen to yourself, you can also work on improving certain areas. For example, if you notice that you're saying or too often, you can work on cutting those out. Or, if you hear that your pronunciation is off, you can focus on those particular sounds.
Yes, recording yourself gives you the opportunity to be your own coach. You can pinpoint what you want to work on and make adjustments. Over time, you'll sound more confident, and speaking will feel more natural.
Let's talk about shadowing next. Shadowing is a super effective method for practicing speaking alone. It's when you listen to a native speaker, whether it's a podcast, a video, or a movie, and repeat what they say as closely as you can.
This is a great way to practice your intonation, rhythm, and pronunciation. You try to match the speaker's voice, pace, and pronunciation exactly. It's like shadowing them, which helps you get the sounds and the flow of the language into your brain.
I used to do this a lot with my favorite movies. I would pause the movie after each sentence and try to repeat exactly what the actor said, copying their tone and speed. It really helped me sound more natural and less hesitant when speaking.
And it's a great way to immerse yourself in the language even if you don't have a partner to practice with. Plus, you're learning how people actually speak in real life, how they use contractions, slang, and informal language. Another technique I love is talking about what you hear or read. For example, if you're listening to a podcast or watching a TV show in English, pause it after a scene and explain what just happened out loud in English.
Yes, this is a great way to practice summarizing and speaking clearly. You don't need to repeat the exact words. Just explain the scene or main points in your own words. It'll help you think in English and improve your speaking fluency.
It's also a great way to practice your storytelling skills. And when you're describing something, you're practicing using new vocabulary and grammar in context. You can even do this with articles or books you read.
This technique works especially well if you're watching something in English because it's helping you use the language in a real-world context. You're taking what you've just heard or seen and turning it into your own words. Now, let's talk about thinking in English. This is something that will take time to develop, but once you start doing it, it's a game changer.
The idea is to stop translating everything in your head. Instead, try to think directly in English about things you're doing or things you want to say. Start by thinking about simple things like what you want for lunch or what you need to do that day.
The more you practice thinking in English, the less you'll need to pause and translate in your head. You'll start forming thoughts in English naturally. It's like training your brain to work in English instead of your native language.
It's all about building that habit. Over time, you'll find that thinking and speaking in English become second nature.
Here's another tip. Use apps or language programs that help you practice speaking alone. There are some apps that let you talk to them or record your answers to questions, which is a great way to get feedback.
Exactly. Apps like those give you a structured way to practice speaking, even when you're on your own. They might give you prompts or topics to talk about, which can help guide your practice.
And some apps even have speech recognition, so they can tell you if your pronunciation is correct. It's like having a mini English teacher right in your pocket.
Another fun idea is role-playing. You can imagine different situations where you would use English, like ordering food at a restaurant or making a phone call, and then practice those situations alone.
It's a great way to practice common conversations that you might encounter in real life. You can even create imaginary conversations between you and someone else. Pretend you're at an airport, buying a ticket, or asking for directions.
And the more you practice these scenarios, the more prepared you'll feel when you actually encounter them in real life. It's like creating your own language rehearsal in the comfort of your own space.
And finally, remember to be patient with yourself. Practicing alone doesn't mean you'll sound perfect right away, and that's okay. The key is consistency. The more you speak and practice, the better you'll get.
Yes, speak as much as you can, make mistakes, and keep going. The goal is to get comfortable with the language, and that takes time and effort.
So, if you don't have a speaking partner, don't worry. There are plenty of ways to practice on your own and build your speaking skills.
Exactly. Start with self-talk, record yourself, shadow native speakers, or use apps. Just find what works best for you. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel.
If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend who's also learning English. We'd love to help more people improve their speaking skills.
Thanks for listening, everyone. This was the English You Never Learned podcast. Until next time, keep speaking, and remember, practice makes perfect.
Bye, everyone.